lips of wisdom are sealed except to the ears of understanding. If you are watching me right now, I hope you have the ears of understanding. If you haven't got the ears of understanding, you may do well to skip this video, go on and watch something else. In my channel, I'm talking about spirituality. We live in the physical world and we see with our eyes what exists in the physical world. This physical world exists in 3 dimensions. Um, but compared to the things that exist in the unseen realms, in the 4th dimension, the 5th dimension, what we are seeing here in the physical world is just a speck of dust on the beach. So I want us to go today. The topic of today's discussion, let me just quickly tell you, is discernment, intuition, and the third eye. Are they really the same thing? Are they different? When we go to the scripture talk about discernment. It talk about having that extra ability beyond the physical, the thought, the sixth sense per se, to sense something that others cannot sense. That is the religious scriptures talk about discernment. But in the secular world, we talk about intuition, having that ability to sense certain things. They call it instinct. But when you go to spirituality, we call it the third eye, the ability to sense your surrounding. The third eye is divided into clairvoyance, that is ability to sense. Then there's also those that are able to hear voices and those that are able to see um, entities around us. So, but then there's a lot of people like, oh, what are you talking about here? There are a lot of guys. The unseen world is way bigger than the physical world that we can see. Um, I just want to clarify that we don't get confused when we use any of those terms. Um, um, Third eye or intuition or discernment is able to sense this thing. We today we so much dwell on what we can see with our eyes. What we can see in our eyes today exists in 3 dimensions. Any entity or object that is on a 2 dimensional plane will not be able to understand or perceive 3 dimensions. So I, as a person, I can go into a world that exists in a 2 dimensional plane. I can get access to that world. Like in if they've got a box that is completely sealed, I can go into that plane. I can take whatever is in that box out of that box, and those entities that exist in that plane, they will never be able to understand what has just happened. It will look like a miracle to them. The same way, those of us that exist in a 3D um, world today, if I have a box that is completely sealed and I have maybe gold and money inside that box, an entity can come from the 4th dimension and can pick whatever is in that box out without as much as um, putting a mark on that box. When you open that box, it will be completely empty. You will never comprehend what has just happened. So the same way an entity in the 5th dimension can come into the 4th dimension and do things. That's why today we see see things that we don't understand in the skies everywhere. We see some magician. We know a lot of magic is sleight of hand, but a few magicians, they actually do things where things just disappear. People that understand the logic and the trick in the dimension. We have what we call second, third, fourth, and 5th dimension, interdimensional being. We have crafts that we see, and they call them UFO. They come into this dimension. They are from other dimension. We have entity that live here in this reality, what we call reality, but they are just a dimension away. So people can move. Our ancestors used to travel. they know they are able to see the split in the dimension, and they can travel. You can just from I'm here in the UK. I can just within a few seconds I can be in Nigeria or any other part of the world that I want to go to. But those are people that understand, that are able to see, that know that the fabric of reality, how it works. Are there doors where because if you come into this house and you're not able to see the door, you won't be able to find your way out. But if you know where the door is, it's very easy for you to find your way. The same way with reality. Those that know the gateway, the access, they know how to manipulate things, they know how to step in, out, and in. It looks like magic. When we see it, we say, oh, this guy is performing magic. No, it's knowledge. So this is knowledge of the workings of the universe. Being able to see this entity, being able to hear them in the secular world. They'll start calling your name. They'll say you are schizophrenia, they'll say you're this, you'll say you're that, but you've got the ability to see, to perceive things that are from the fourth dimension. Is in some culture they tend to identify that early in children, and they train them on how to be able to manage it and use it, because it may be very confusing. If you are clairaudience, for instance, you're hearing voices, they say schizophrenia. If you're not trained how to differentiate the voice you're hearing, the physical third dimension voices from the fourth dimension voices, then you go mad. You'll be stuck in a home, and you'll be given medications for the rest of your life. But those entities, that those culture that understand what it is, they're able to help you to manage it, to develop that skill, and be able to be very, very productive, be able to use it to in a good way. So this video, I don't want it to be very long. I just want to say we are living in a world that has a lot more than what we can see with our eyes. Um, when you have a child and your child tells you, "I'm seeing things," you don't. In this our world today, don't believe it, don't do that, don't. We also sense things through visions. We sense things through dreams. There are a lot of ways we can sense the what some people call it super. I don't like to use these names anyway. Supernatural, the supernatural, the that. These are all names, but basically it comes down to your third eye, your ability to perceive or behold things that are beyond 3D. We used to watch movies. We used to watch movies that are in 2D on a flat screen. But then we have the 3D movie came out when things look like they were jumping out of the movies and coming out at you. That is what it looks like. Imagine if you can do something like that in the fourth dimension. Trust me, a lot of people are going to run away. So yeah, like I say, um, the lips of wisdom are sealed except to the ears of understanding. What I've just said require ears of understanding. This is just to help us to understand what is going on around you. Because if you are able to understand what is going on around you, you'll be able to navigate your way in the spiritual and also in the physical world. Because everything in the physical is controlled by the spiritual. If you want to achieve anything in the physical, you have to start from the spiritual. Like they say, mind over matter. Well, until my next video, thanks for taking your time to listen to me. If you have any question on what I've just said, I'm trying not to go too deep. I'm trying not to really, I'm trying to walk you. This is like starting someone from primary one, just get you to the basic level. Um, I'm trying not to go too deep because I don't want to scare people. But really, if you have any question, anything, leave your comment and your question below, and I'll try to answer it as much as I can. Thank you. See you in my next video.